Imagine you are holding a burning coal in your hand. Your fist is clenched around it, tight and white-knuckled. The coal sears your flesh, causing excruciating pain. Your instinct might be to blame the coal, to curse its heat, to wish it would magically cool down. You might try to distract yourself from the pain, or numb it, or analyze its chemical properties. But all of these strategies miss the single, simple, and liberating action that will end the agony: to simply open your hand and let the coal drop. This powerful metaphor lies at the heart of the Buddhist teaching on suffering and its cessation. The burning coal represents any source of pain in our lives: a past regret, a lingering resentment, a future anxiety, a difficult emotion, or a rigid belief about ourselves. The tightly clenched fist is the mind's habit of clinging, grasping, and holding on. This act of clinging, known in the Pali language as upadana, was identified by the Buddha in the Second Noble Truth as the direct cause of our deepest suffering, dukkha. We suffer not because painful things happen, but because we cling to them, resist them, and weave them into the story of a solid, wounded self. Letting go, therefore, is the most profound spiritual practice we can undertake. It is the practice of opening the hand. It is crucial, however, to understand what letting go means in this contemplative context. It is not a state of apathy, indifference, or emotional suppression. It is not about pretending we don't care or forcing ourselves to forget. On the contrary, true letting go is an act of supreme wisdom, panya, and compassion, karuna. It is the wise recognition that our attempts to control the uncontrollable and hold onto the impermanent are futile and painful. It is the compassionate act of freeing ourselves from the exhausting burden of carrying what is no longer meant to be carried. This guide is designed to be a deep and comprehensive exploration of this liberating art. We will first examine the anatomy of our clinging, understanding precisely what we hold onto and why this habit is so deeply ingrained. We will then explore the essential mental qualities that facilitate release, creating a mind that is capable of opening. The heart of this article will be a detailed, step-by-step guided meditation, a practical journey designed to lead you through the direct, felt experience of letting go. Finally, we will discuss how to take this practice off the meditation cushion and transform it into a continuous, lived reality, allowing us to move through the world with the grace and freedom of an open hand. Part 1. The anatomy of clinging, upadana, what we hold onto and why. To learn to let go, we must first become intimately familiar with the nature of our grasping. Mindfulness, sati, is the flashlight that allows us to look into the dark corners of our mind and see clearly what we are clinging to. While the objects of our attachment are infinite, they can be categorized into several key areas. 1. Clinging to the past, the prison of memory. The past exists only as memory, as a collection of flickering thoughts and phantom feelings. Yet, for so many of us, it is a place we inhabit more fully than the present. We cling to regrets and mistakes. We endlessly replay our perceived failures, caught in a looping narrative of, if only, and, I should have. This clinging is a form of aversion to the reality of what happened, a refusal to accept the unchangeable nature of the past, grievances and resentments. We hold on to the hurts and betrayals inflicted upon us by others. We nurse these wounds, re-feeling the anger and the pain, believing that our anger somehow punishes the other person. In truth, holding onto resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only harms ourselves. Past glories and nostalgia. The clinging is not always to painful things. We can become equally trapped by clinging to past successes, golden ages, and moments of happiness, constantly comparing the present unfavorably to a romanticized past. This prevents us from appreciating the unique and simple goodness of what is here right now. 2. Clinging to the future. The trap of, what if? If the past is a prison of memory, the future is a phantom realm of projection and fantasy. We are constantly abandoning the present moment to grasp at a future that has not yet arrived. We cling to hopes and expectations. We create detailed mental blueprints of how things should be, how our career should unfold, how our relationships should look, how our vacation should feel. We then attach our happiness to these specific outcomes. When reality inevitably deviates from our script, we suffer from disappointment and frustration, anxious worries. We project ourselves into an infinite number of negative, what-if, scenarios. trying to mentally prepare for every possible catastrophe. This clinging to control is rooted in a deep fear of uncertainty. The mind believes that if it can just worry enough, it can somehow prevent bad things from happening. This is a profound and exhausting delusion. 3. Clinging to identity and views, Adavada Upadana. Perhaps the most subtle and tenacious form of clinging is our attachment to our own sense of self. We construct a mental identity, me, and then spend our lives defending and polishing it. We cling to our roles. We identify with our roles as a parent, a spouse, a professional, an artist, a victim, a survivor. While these roles have a conventional function, we grasp them as if they were our fundamental reality, leading to fear and confusion when these roles change or are threatened. Our self-image. We cling to a particular image of ourselves. I am a smart person. I am a kind person. I am an anxious person. We then filter all of our experiences through this lens, seeking evidence to confirm it and feeling threatened by anything that contradicts it. Our views and opinions, ditthi. We hold onto our beliefs, political, religious, social, personal, as if they were extensions of our very being. We feel personally attacked when our views are challenged, leading to argumentation, division, and conflict. 4. Clinging to feelings and sensations, Vedana. Underlying all other forms of clinging is this most basic level of attachment. Our entire life is often an unconscious and relentless effort to maximize pleasant feelings and minimize unpleasant ones. We are addicted to the pleasant and phobic of the unpleasant. This constant chase and resistance is the very engine that powers the wheel of samsara, the cycle of suffering and rebirth. We cling to the fleeting pleasure of a good meal, a compliment, or a moment of success, and we have a deep aversion to the pain of criticism, loss, or physical discomfort. The root cause of all these forms of clinging is a fundamental misunderstanding of reality, a state the Buddha called ignorance, avidya. Specifically, we fail to see the three marks of existence, tilakkhana. Because we don't see that all things are impermanent, anicca, we try to hold on to them. Because we don't see that this grasping is inherently stressful, dukkha, we continue to do it. And because we don't see that there is no solid, separate self, anatta, to be found, we continue to build and defend a fragile identity. The practice of letting go is the practice of seeing these three truths directly for ourselves. Part 2. The principles of release, cultivating a mind that can let go. Letting go is not an act of brute force. You cannot command the fist of the mind to open through sheer will. Instead, we must skillfully cultivate the specific mental qualities that create the conditions for a natural and spontaneous release. Mindfulness, sati, seeing the clinging clearly. The first and most essential step is to simply become aware that we are holding on. We cannot let go of something if we don't even know we are grasping it. Mindfulness is the clear, non-judgmental light of awareness that illuminates the inner landscape. With mindfulness, we begin to notice, there is the thought of that old resentment again. I can feel my body tensing up as I worry about that meeting. There is the habit of clinging to this pleasant feeling. This clear seeing, without judgment, is the beginning of freedom. It separates us from the habit, allowing us to see it as a process rather than being completely consumed by it. Equanimity, upekkha, the balanced and spacious heart. Upekkha is one of the most sublime and powerful mental states. It is the quality of a balanced, spacious, and non-reactive mind. It is the ability to be with the full range of human experience, the pleasant, the unpleasant, and the neutral, without getting pulled into the habit of craving or aversion. Equanimity is the open sky that allows all weather patterns, sunshine, clouds, storms, to pass through without being disturbed. A mind cultivated in equanimity does not need to grasp at pleasure or push away pain. It has found a deeper peace that is not dependent on conditions. This spaciousness is the very ground of letting go. Wisdom, panya, understanding impermanence. The ultimate antidote to clinging is a deep, direct, and experiential insight into the truth of anicca, impermanence. When you truly see, not just intellectually but in the marrow of your bones, that everything is a fleeting, insubstantial process, the impulse to grasp begins to wither away. Why try to build a permanent home on a flowing river? Why try to hold onto a cloud? Wisdom sees the futility and stress of this endeavor. And this seeing itself is a profound form of release. The mind lets go not because it is forced to, but because it finally understands that there was never anything solid to hold onto in the first place. Compassion, karuna, softening the grip. The fist of the mind is often clenched out of fear, fear of pain, fear of loss, fear of not being okay. A compassionate heart is the warmth that can melt this fear. Self-compassion allows us to turn towards our own pain with kindness rather than aversion. When we feel the ache of an old wound or the terror of a future worry, we can learn to offer ourselves a gentle, soothing presence. This kindness softens the defensive armor we have built around our hearts. The grip of clinging loosens not because we pry the fingers open, but because the warmth of compassion allows them to relax and unfold naturally. Part 3. The Guided Meditation for Letting Go, a Journey of Release. This guided meditation is a formal practice in cultivating these qualities. It is a laboratory where you can directly experiment with the liberating act of opening the hand of the mind. Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed for the duration of this practice. Please read the following script slowly. With a calm, gentle, and spacious voice, allow for pauses where indicated, giving yourself or the listener time to absorb the instructions and have their own experience. Stage 1. Settling and grounding, 5 minutes. Begin by finding a comfortable and dignified posture. You may sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, or on a cushion on the ground. Allow your spine to be upright but not stiff. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Rest your hands in your lap, in a way that feels natural and at ease. When you are ready, gently close your eyes. Pause. Take 3 slow, deep, conscious breaths. With the first breath, breathe in a sense of presence. And as you breathe out, let go of the day you have had so far. With the second breath, breathe in a sense of calm. And as you breathe out, release any unnecessary tension in your body. With the third breath, simply arrive, fully, in this moment, in this body. Long pause. Bring your awareness to the feeling of your body sitting. Notice the points of contact, the places where your body touches the chair or the cushion. Feel the solid support of the earth beneath you, holding you. Let yourself feel grounded, anchored to this present moment through the reality of your body. Pause. Now, bring your attention to the natural rhythm of your breath. Don't try to change it. Simply observe the gentle rise and fall of your belly or chest. Let the breath be your anchor, a steady and faithful companion that is always here, in the now. Long pause. Stage 2. Gently identifying an object of clinging, 3 minutes. Now, I invite you to gently bring to mind something that you have been holding onto. It could be a worry about the future, a resentment or a grievance from the past, a regret, or perhaps a belief about yourself that causes you pain. For this practice, choose something manageable, not the biggest trauma of your life. Choose a medium-sized, burning coal, one that you can work with skillfully. Simply allow this topic to come to mind. See the story, the images, the words associated with it. Just for a moment, acknowledge its presence in your mind. Long pause. Stage 3. Locating the clinging in the body, 4 minutes. As you hold this story or memory in your mind, gently shift your attention to your body. Where do you feel this clinging physically? Scan your body with a kind, curious awareness. Do you feel a tightness in your chest? A knot in your stomach? A tension in your jaw or shoulders? A heaviness in your heart? There is no right or wrong answer. Simply notice where the energy of this clinging resides in your physical being. Pause. Let your attention rest on this area of sensation. We are moving now from the abstract story in the head to the direct, tangible feeling in the body. This is where the real work of letting go happens. Be with this sensation. You don't need to name it, judge it, or wish it away. For now, your only task is to feel it with a gentle, accepting presence. Long pause. Stage 4. The breath of release, 5 minutes. Now, we will use the breath as a tool for softening and release. Continue to stay with the physical sensation of your clinging. As you breathe in, imagine your breath as a current of warm, kind, compassionate energy. Imagine you can direct this warm breath directly into the area of tension in your body. You are not trying to force it out, but to meet it with kindness. Breathing in, bringing warmth and acceptance to the sensation. Pause. Now, as you breathe out, this is the moment of release. With the long, slow exhalation, imagine the tension softening, melting, dissolving, You might visualize the clenched fist of the sensation slowly, finger by finger, beginning to open. You might imagine a block of ice gently melting at the edges under a warm sun. Pause. Let's continue with this rhythm. Breathing in, meeting the sensation with warmth and kindness. Breathing out, inviting it to soften, release, and let go. Repeat this internal instruction several times with long pauses. Breathing in, offering acceptance. Breathing out, offering release. There is no need to rush. There is no goal to achieve. We are simply creating the conditions for a natural letting go. The out breath is your gentle invitation for the mind and body to open. Long pause. Stage 5. The River of Impermanence, 5 minutes. Now, let's work with another image. Bring to mind again the story, the memory, the worry you are holding. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Imagine you are sitting on the bank of a gently flowing river. The water moves steadily and peacefully downstream. Now, in your mind's eye, take the story, the feeling, the entire bundle of your clinging, and gently place it on a leaf. Pause. Now, place that leaf in the river, and simply watch. Watch as the current catches the leaf and begins to carry it away. You don't need to push it. The river's nature is to flow. Life's nature is to be impermanent. Watch the leaf as it drifts downstream, getting smaller and smaller, carried along by the great river of time. You are not the story on the leaf. You are the peaceful, observant presence on the riverbank. You are the awareness that can watch it come and watch it go. Pause. If the story comes back, that is okay. Simply place it on another leaf and let it go again. This is the practice. Gently, patiently, again and again, letting it go, trusting in the flow, trusting in the universal truth of impermanence. Long pause. Stage 6. Resting in open awareness, 3 minutes. Let go of all techniques now. Let go of the breath, the images, the river. Simply rest. Rest your mind in its own natural state. Notice the quality of your inner world now. Perhaps there is a sense of spaciousness, of lightness, of peace. Perhaps the old feeling is still there, but your relationship to it has changed. Whatever is present, simply allow it to be. Without any judgment, rest in this open, aware, and peaceful presence. This is the freedom of the open hand. Long pause. Stage 7. Closing with intention, 2 minutes. As this meditation period comes to a close, take a moment to acknowledge the effort you have made to practice this deep form of self-care and wisdom. Set an intention to carry this quality of open-handedness with you into the rest of your day. May you meet your experiences with a little more space, a little less clinging, and a little more kindness. Gently bring your awareness back to the feeling of your body in the room. Listen to the sounds around you. When you feel ready, you can begin to make some small movements. And in your own time, gently open your eyes. Part 4. The Open Hand in Daily Life, Integrating the Practice. The formal meditation is the laboratory. The rest of your life is the playing field. The true fruit of this practice is found in how it transforms our moment-to-moment experience. Practice with small things. You don't have to wait for a major life crisis to practice letting go. Practice with the small stuff. Let go of your attachment to being in the fastest lane of traffic. Let go of the irritation when someone is late. Let go of your need to be right in a minor disagreement. Each of these small acts of release strengthens the muscle of letting go, preparing you for bigger challenges. Use the out breath as a tool throughout your day. Consciously use your exhalation as a mini moment of letting go. When you feel tension building, take one conscious breath and, on the exhale, physically and mentally release your grip. Let go of your shoulders. Let go of your jaw. Let go of the thought you are clinging to. Watch the storyteller. Become aware of the narratives your mind creates around events. An event happens, and then the mind tells a story about it. This is terrible. This always happens to me. This means I am a failure. Practice letting go of the story. Come back to the raw, direct experience of the present moment. The event itself is often far more manageable than the catastrophic story we build on top of it. Forgiveness as ultimate letting go. The practice of forgiveness, for both ourselves and others, is perhaps the deepest form of letting go of the past. It is the conscious decision to stop carrying the burden of resentment and blame. It is an act of profound self-liberation, the ultimate opening of the hand that allows old wounds to finally begin to heal. Conclusion. The freedom of the open sky. The path of letting go is the journey of a lifetime. It is not a one-time event, but a continuous, moment-to-moment practice of returning to a state of open, receptive, and trusting presence. We have seen that our suffering comes not from life's events, but from our mind's habit of clinging to them. The closed fist of Upadana is the source of our pain. Through the cultivation of mindfulness, equanimity, wisdom, and compassion, we learn to gently and skillfully relax that grip. We discover that our true nature is not the clenched fist, nor is it the burning coal. Our true nature is the vast, open, and unperturbed awareness that can hold all of life's experiences with grace. Think of your mind as the sky. The thoughts, feelings, memories, and worries you cling to are like clouds. Some are dark and stormy. Others are light and wispy. Our habit is to chase the pleasant clouds and fight the stormy ones, forgetting that we are the sky itself. The practice of letting go is the practice of remembering that you are the sky. You are the vast, boundless, and peaceful space in which all clouds are allowed to arise, float by, and ultimately dissolve. The clouds cannot harm the sky. Your experiences, when you stop clinging to them, cannot harm your essential being. May this guide and this practice serve you well on your journey. May you learn to meet your life not with a closed fist of fear, but with the open hand of wisdom and the open heart of compassion. For in that opening lies the deepest peace and the most profound freedom.